All right, and we are back here at Columbia BrickCon. I am here with Cam, who is one of our resident, I'm going to go with expert Star Wars builders of SCBricks.
Okay. I like that. I won't complain with that.
Cam, how long have you been with SCBricks?
I've been with SCBricks since 2002. Columbia BrickCon 2002 was my first event, and I was just a volunteer. And I remember telling John back then, I don't know if I could create on a mock scale, but I have tons of sets that I just love that I'd love to bring in. And John just told me it doesn't matter what you put on the table. It's just fun to put stuff on the table, and here we are.
I got you. Well, that brings us to what you put on the table. Tell us a little bit about what your build is.
This year's mock is a little bit of like a forest, attack scene. I didn't want to have to make anything canon, so I went with what I had. I really wanted to build some cool trees and a nice rock formation, and I had just gotten that huge battle pack, so of course all those clones and new super battle droids had to be put into use.
Had to find a home for them, right?
Absolutely. Everything on the shelf needs to be put on display, not in the box, right?
Well, one of the things I love about your build in particular is all the greenery. You're combining greenery, rock work, with the mechanical aspect of Star Wars, which looks really, really good. So what inspires you to build the way that you build?
I take a lot of looks at all the other builds when we go to all these other shows to try and, really critique my form and get the terrain building going on. And I knew that I didn't want it to be flat. I really wanted a lot of terrain, ups and downs. So it was just a lot of layering to get that.
I gotcha. So speaking of inspiration at other shows, have you seen anything at Columbia BrickCon this year that has inspired you?
Of course. Who hasn't seen the giant castle over there that Richard's got going on? That the rock wall, the rock formations that he have definitely helped me and inspired me to build the ones that I have put together.
Well, that's one of the beautiful things about this convention and all of our conventions, getting together, learning and growing from each other. So that's awesome to hear. So what are you working on next? And like I said, I know you're our expert Star Wars guy. Do you have any plans to expand into anything else?
I definitely want to go bigger. I think I might be expanding on this because I really want to have way more buildings behind here. I want it to be more of an outpost of more droids, more artillery, and expand the forest here and have maybe a little water in it and actually be able to accentuate the swamp area that I have too. So this one's definitely going to get bigger.
So one of the things I've noticed about your Star Wars builds is they're very prequel era Clone Wars focused. Is that just kind of what you vibe with the most, or do you have any Republic era plans?
I do like the prequels. They have a special place in my heart, although I started with Hoth, and Hoth was quick and easy because of all of the sets that Lego is putting out for us to easily build up a Hoth battle scene. But the more that they start putting out prequel era stuff again, the more likely it is that I will continue to build prequel inspired stuff.
Prequel has a very specific aesthetic that differentiates itself, so that's good to see. So before we wrap with you today, Cam, is there anything, any tidbits of wisdom you want to share with your fellow SCBricks community members?
They always say go big or go home, but honestly, whatever you can get on the table, as long as it's a mock of your own creation that you feel good about, it really doesn't matter what you're putting on the table, size-wise or, color and everything. As long as it's something that was inspired by you, it deserves to be on the table.
I like that. Good words to live by. Lay the bricks down and everything else will come. So all right, well, thank you, Cam. I appreciate your time.
Thank you.